Hello there and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today on Good Morning Abuja show, reaching you only from the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja. My name is Nneka Igwe. Well, you do know that the sun rises every morning, whether we're ready or not. Opportunities will also come our way every morning, whether we are ready or not. So I think it is just safe to always stay ready and be always ready. Yes. So this morning, we're going to give you, as usual, a healthy dose of information, education, and of course, get you motivated. We are going to do just that by kicking off with our motivational segment where Coach Elizabeth is standing by.
Good morning. My name is Elizabeth Ishola. I have a very strong passion to help you live again, a very strong passion to help you become all that you are created to be. So, are you stuck? Are you confused? Are you thinking you don't know what to do next with your life? I'm here to tell you that you can do life beautifully well, you can enjoy your life, and you can become great. And I'm going to leave just one tip with you today, and that is vision. What is your vision? So many people go about without vision. I remember one time I was speaking with a group of young people and I asked them what their vision was. Guess what? Everybody had something to say to me. And at the end of the day, I asked them, so where is your vision written? And then just about three people told me they had their vision written. Every other person didn't have their vision written. And at the end of the day, I said, okay, your vision is written, three of you. Can I look at your vision? Do you have them on you? And guess what? Only one person showed up and showed me the picture of his vision on his phone. One person. You know why we don't attain our vision? Because it is not written. So I came here to say to you today, write your vision. Write it down, make it plain. Don't just write it down. Look at your vision every day. That thing that is a desire, that greatness that you want 10 years from now, that picture of the future that you want, just write it down and then look at it daily. You know why? There's so much power in your imagination. What you think about, you bring about. What you focus on is what you will achieve. So I hope I've said something to somebody today that will help you go back to your drawing board and just think of that thing you want to become. Think of that big picture. Think of that thing you've been saying and please put it down. And with that, I am sure you will get to the place you ought to be.
Thank you, Coach Elizabeth. Up next is our exercise corner. We're going to do something with the lower body exercise. Get up and go.
7, here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double, 2, 3, roll and march. And 1, 2, 3, 4 to the side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, roll and march. And 1, 2, 3, swing the hands, swing. 2, 3, double one side.
Okay, up next, we will do something that I love to do on this show every Friday morning, and that is bring you quotes on life. Those quotes to give you clarity and focus. And it might just be the healthy dose of motivation that you also again need for the morning. Take a look at our quotes for the day. All right, there you have them. Well, let's take a break, and when we come back, we will begin to unfold all the beautiful packages and conversations that we have for you this morning.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.
With the peace and blessings of Allah be upon each and every one of us. It's another fantastic Friday evening, and you're welcome to NTA Channel 5 Abuja.
First of all, you train yourself, you educate yourself, then you educate your family, and then the community at large.
Fundamentals of Islam Live, showing 7:30 p.m. every Friday on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. Join us.
Welcome back. So we're very happy actually to note that the menace of tanker explosions around the country is gradually, being checkmated. But it's always safe to keep speaking and re-speaking about safety measures around this incident. So our next discussion is going to center around mitigating tanker accidents and explosion. My guest, of course, is already here with me. He is Fire Superintendent Mohammed Ibrahim. He is the Public Relations Officer for the FCT Fire Service. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for
So
having
nice
me.
to have you here.
All right.
Tell us once more, what can we say are the major causes of these reoccurring accidents?
All right. Good morning, Nigerians. Actually, the major causes are being rolled out every time, and now, like you rightly said, is a reminder. Mostly, you will see poor maintenance in the part of the vehicle being used to convey this substance from one place to another. Poor maintenance. And mostly you will see that, like the one that happened in Enugu recently, it's as a result of what? Brake failure.
Mm-hmm.
So the driver must have noticed that the brake was having issue before he hit the road. Another thing is reckless driving from the driver. So if I want to categorize them, I would say humanly induced causes as well as mechanical causes. So the humanly induced causes are as a result of driver being either intoxicated by being influenced by substance like illicit drugs and others, and also reckless driving from unsafe act from the driver. So those are the humanly induced. While mechanically, it's as a result of the brake failure, or at times because of the poor road infrastructure in most of the major arteries of the country. So most times, once they get to a bad road and they enter with a speed or with not knowing that there's a bad road or potholes there, you'll see that something might happen. And then once there's an undulating kind of movement from the vehicle, it may sway one way and then the tanker will fall. So most of the reasons or the causes are these major. But we have been educating people, and I know your next question will also direct us to that.
So still speaking measures, do you think we have enough information out there? Do you think we have enough information on measures to prevent these accidents?
Oh yes, we are using various media like the NTA. We've been partners for years now, and we also use other media, including the popular social media, to reach out to people. And just on Tuesday this week, NEMA, that's the Emergency Management Agency, organized a kind of seminar which is centered on tanker accident, as if we know that this will come up, and as if they knew that there will be an explosion that has to involve tanker yesterday here. So this sensitization, though, was only centered on the stakeholders, the kind of thing we do, how we respond to these emergencies is what we really discussed about. And we are trying to let the representatives of all uniform organizations within the FCT, which include FCT Fire Service, road safety, Security Civil Defense Corps, and NDLEA, even NURTW, that's Road Transport Workers. They were all there because we need to know how the drivers behave. We need to know the condition of these tankers. We need to know their own complaint from their own side. And that is why the major thing we should tackle more, and that is what we're doing now, is that to involve the drivers, to involve them. There is what we call bottom-up approach. You involve the grassroots, you involve those people that are really driving these tankers and say, okay, what is your problem? Let us fashion out a way to mitigate these accidents. And that is what we are doing. So just on Tuesday this week, we've talked about it, and we are still doing more. So newspaper is also carrying it. We go to radio stations and we enlighten people. Now, the rains are here. Visibility at times do cause accidents, even to other smaller cars. Okay. So now it can also happen. So we do want the tanker drivers to know that, okay, once you are not seeing your front very well, once you don't have a very clear view of where you are going, what is the need of you continuing your journey? You can halt a little. And more so, fatigue also causes it. Because at times you will see a driver trying to beat time, say, no, I need to deliver this good, in 2 days' time. So I have to beat up the time and meet up with the time. So that kind of a thing too, do cause tiredness, fatigue, and fatigue can cause accidents. Because you don't have time to give yourself enough rest to recuperate and get energized to do more work perfectly and effectively.
Let's talk about rapid response levels. How can you rate the FCT Fire Service, your rapid response, and what are your measures that you take to do this?
All right. Actually, our regular and international standard time for responding to any emergency is within the grace of 5 minutes. Once you call FCT Fire Service to any, but it all now depends on what? The proximity of the scene of the fire to the closest fire station. And that is why FCT Fire Service have about 14 fire stations within the FCT, where we have more in the FCC, that is in Asokoro, Gwarimpa, Games Village, NJI, Karu, Wuye, Kubwa, Zuba. So, and then we also have in area council like Buhari, all the area councils, we have them. So, depends on where the accident happen. Like it used to happen most times. We do experience in Kubo, we do experience most of these tanker accidents in Zuba. This is where they apply very well. So, in terms of any of these, there should be closeness of that scene of accident to a fire station. So the fire stations are being strategically located to get. We want more of this fire station, and that is what we're calling on the government of the FCT, that's FCTA, to open more fire stations for us so that we'll reach out to this, we will be closer to this incident whenever it occurs. And that is why we are also pleading with the Honorable Minister, because the Acting Director of FCT Fire Service, Engineer Zacchaeus Adebayo, is trying his best to see that he put all these stations active. But you know, one thing is this: we can't be everywhere at the same time. So, and we also have some challenges, because I've not waited for you to ask this question before, but it's also mitigate against proper response. And that is what, once you don't have a sophisticated modern vehicles, how do you respond? Right. So yes, we have let me just use the word obsolete of these fire trucks that you were using to fight fire. But one thing is that we are good maintenance officers. We've been fighting fire with all these vehicles, going to those places to far distance. Even at times, we seek permission to go to neighboring states like Nasarawa to fight fire. So what are we saying? We need modern facility, modern truck to fight this fire so that the response time will be improved.
Thank you so much. At this point, we'll take a quick short break, but don't go anywhere. There will be more insights if you stay with us.
I welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are ready to produce.
I've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B.
Ladylike.
This is Entertainment Gist.
In the 14th century, 15th, 16th century, and even 17th.
That is for zakah to cure our greed.
The purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create humanity.
The Bible talks about a man called Apollos. This is NTA Abuja Channel 5.
See you same time.
And have a great and blessed week ahead.
Good evening, glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me.
And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program.
I will celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
On the news.
On the news at 7.
The
news station NTA Channel 5, Abuja.
Would say have a lovely day.
All right, welcome back. We're still discussing mitigating tanker explosions and fire outbreak. And I still have with me the FCT Fire Service PRO, Fire Superintendent Mohammed Ibrahim. So let's talk about you mentioned the rains earlier, and you're right, the rains are upon us. So what would you expect every stakeholder agency involved, as well as the drivers themselves? What should we all do differently to minimize risk that can come with this season?
All right. That is, if we are aware that anytime the rain falls, the road is always slippery. No matter how, if you apply brake, the friction will not be much, and then because of the slippery of these tires, there could be a little drag forward. And because these tankers are carrying heavy load, the load will push the truck head, and there will be uneven movement, and that movement can cause more damage to the tanker itself or even make it to fall. So what we should take note of is that once the weather has changed, we should get to a very safe place and then park the truck until when the rain is over. If we are in this together, you see that the tanker drivers will know when to ply the road, when it is not safe to drive on the road. Then more so, road safety will also do their own by doing what? Once you see any driver that is going, still despite the rain, still moving with the tanker, you try to stop them and say, no, you don't have right to move around this time. Then another thing is this: there is a regulated time for these tanker drivers to move. You don't move during the day. You move during the evening when the traffic is a bit less, so that you don't disturb other road users. That's one. Two, you also avoid peak periods. Then the third one is that you should also note that when you are discharging the contents of the tanker, it must not be when there is high temperature. By the time the sun is so high, you don't discharge. So that is why it is advised that you should start discharging between 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. From 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. is when you should avoid, discharging, because the temperature is high. But when it is 5 p.m. downward, the temperature is cool, you can now do the discharge and you'll be discharging it safely. So it is very, very, it's a common thing that once it is raining, the visibility is being distorted and you don't see very well. And when you apply brake, it also don't, be effectively, work when it is raining. So we need to be cognizant of that, take cognizance of that, and then know that these are the times to avoid when we are, transporting these petroleum products.
Thank you so much. Yes. Speaking of having a safety culture, like in the case of the recent gas explosion, what is expected of people on the scene when these emergencies occur? Could be an explosion, could be a fire outbreak, could be gas or whatever. When these emergencies occur, what is expected of people on the scene and passers-by?
All right. In this modern age,
loss of lives.
Oh, thank you so much. In this modern, age, you see people once they get to, when they see a scene like that, you see them bringing out their phones and start recording instead of calling the emergency services. The emergency services, such as the fire service, the Red Cross, the road safety, and others, should be called immediately. You should leave the vicinity of this and then go to a safer place. Then do not scoop fuel, especially for fuel tankers. You see people now taking the advantage of the falling tanker and then start scooping. That one is suicidal. You can get roasted and that will be the end of it. What we normally do is to avoid fatal injury. We know there's already casualties are already there because the driver is a casualty. If he's not injured physically, he's already injured emotionally. So we know that we just have to manage his condition. And that time, no more harm is expected to be created by people. So what people should do is to now get away from that vicinity and then try to call the emergency responders. Then another thing is that by the time you know that you have called them, let them do their work. Let them do their work. Let them always fight the fire or try to save the victims of the fire themselves. Not trying to, out of anxiety, trying to help them. No, you will distort their program or their rescue mission, and it will hinder effective rescue. So that is that. And to call fire service, we have emergency number.
Toll free?
A toll free is there, and we also have the one that is paid token. Like now we have 0209 290 6118. I repeat, 0209 290 6118. And then we also have this toll free 08 0000 FCTFS. FCTFS can be represented by the figures of this FCTFS, which is 32837. Then we also have the national emergency number 112. Please, when you call this number, you will see that the fire service will turn out the nearest fire service station to the scene of the fire, and our 5 minutes grace will be observed. Please, before I really close this, I want to use this opportunity to also commend the Minister of FCT, because that is the message that the Director of FCT Fire Service Center should tell the general public. When it comes to poor, I say one of the causes is poor road network. But in Abuja, in FCT, we have good road. So we have to commend the minister for providing that for us because we apply a good road. But you need to do more. We need more sophisticated firefighting engine.
Trucks, thank you very much for coming and keep up the good work, helping us to achieve a very safer society. Well, I've been speaking with Fire Superintendent Mohammed Ibrahim. He's the PRO for the FCT Fire Service. Stay with us. It is still Good Morning Abuja on the Unity Station. We'll take a short break and the show will continue.
Friends, welcome to Kiddies World. My name is Omarade with Erse. Here with me is
the good title. I am Kwasi Justina, and today we have many fun things in store for you.
I had so much fun, and I hope you had fun.
Exactly, it was exciting, especially when I saw the lion, ostriches, and buffaloes.
I know the Lord, not from what they told me, but from experience. Yes, I know my God, oh, not from what they told me, but from experience. Yes, I know my God, oh, not from what they told me, but from experience. This is why my spirit worships you. This is why my spirit worships you. Oh, yeah. Jesus, this is why my spirit worships you. Oh, this is
welcome back and thank you for staying with us. I hope that music that right there blessed your morning. Well, it gets better because the man, the artist himself is right here with me in the studio. Up next, I'm going to have a wonderful discussion with him. Good morning to you, Gospel Isaac.
Good morning, madam.
It's so nice to have you here.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome. Okay, so before we get into discussing, how one can creatively stay relevant in the gospel music industry, I want you to first tell me, how did you find yourself making gospel music?
Oh, it's so good to be here again. Very importantly, I was, my music journey started from when I was a child. So I watched my dad was a music director in his church back then in the days, with my mom also.
Oh,
so
family.
I grew up in a musical family. So, but along the line, I began to find myself singing in church and children choir and stuff like that. Then I migrated from the children choir to the adult choir, and I was singing like that. Then how my music journey kickstarted was that I was then appointed to be a music director in a youth meeting.
Oh, wow.
Then from there, my music began to spread, and God has been faithful since then.
Awesome. By the way, you have a new album out. Tell us about it. What should we expect?
This music album is called My Experience by Gospel Isaac. It's one of my best songs out yet, because it really resonates with me and a whole lot of the people that have listened to it over time in the body of Christ. And it talks about how that the believer can know God from his own experience. You cannot really know God from what people say. What people say is okay. What they teach you in church, oh, God is love, God is this. you need to come to an experience to be able to understand fully what that word means. But when they say God is
For
love
yourself.
for yourself, that's so it resonates with everyone that listens to it, because it just shows you that you know God not from what people say, but from your own personal experience.
Personally. Interesting. Tell me about how do you find the inspiration for your songs?
First of all, God is our inspiration and our ultimate source of strength and wisdom. But mostly, I tend to want to stay with the scriptures, in the context of scriptures, and the context of the gospel, because that's my message, the gospel of the salvation and what Jesus has done for the believer in Christ. So that's what I center on. And so that's where I draw my inspiration from scriptures, from, a meditation on the word of God. It gives you a breathing ground to get words that you can put out there in songs.
Okay, apart from coming from a musical family and all that,
Yeah.
Growing up, did you have any influences from other artists that shaped
I
what you
had
do today?
a lot of influence. I had growing up. I had mentors. I had people that I was looking up to, although they were distant at the time. But because of how God has helped us over time, we're able to meet with them, and they have been a blessing and mentored us from a personal standpoint now. People like Minister Marvel Jokes, who's my music mentor, and people like my role model, Minister Dunsin Oyekon.
The great Vincent.
Yes.
Nice. Did you have any particular format or process creatively when you write, when you make music?
So I have a format, because of the kind of music I do. I have diversity in music, but of course I base majorly on rock worship.
What do you mean diversity? Like
So,
genre?
Generally, I have
Okay.
different. I sing different genres of music.
Okay.
In fact, I have a song coming up that is Afrobeat.
Oh wow.
But I major on rock worship, which is very bubbly kind of music.
Yes,
So
upbeat.
yeah, upbeat kind of music. So I spend time to just to see how the song can relate to the people, and that's where I can say that I get most of the inspirations I get to sing. Okay, what resonates with people? Can people listen to this and want to listen over and over again? So that's how.
The industry is very dynamic. You
Mm.
agree? New emerging trends every day and all of that. So what are the measures you take to ensure that you stay relevant, your creativity is on point and in trend, and also pass the gospel message?
That's a very beautiful question, because a lot of people, especially in our time, they want to like follow the trends and follow the things that are reigning. But we draw our trends from Jesus. Jesus is the trend. He has been trending since, and he's still
Since time
trending now.
began.
Still trending now. So I don't focus on the things that are trending. I focus on what he's giving me at the time. And guess what? When he gives you something at the time, it must be the trending thing. It must be the thing that will keep you relevant. Another thing is also your ability to remain consistent with what you're doing, because over time, people, when it's in their faces consistently, they have no option but to listen to it. They have no option but to buy into what you're doing. So you need to be consistent. So that's one of the things that have really helped me, the ability for me to remain consistent in doing my kind of music, because over time it has generated audience, and it has generated people to listen to what God has given to us.
That's interesting. I know that as a creative, sometimes you can have like a writer will have a block sometimes, and you'd feel like your creative ink is kind of not flowing as much as you would want to. What do you do to, how do you get back in your space? How do you get back in your zone and stay focused and on track?
Many of the times where I get my songs, I'm in the place of meditation, because when the moment where you are silent and you are concentrated, because that's the focus. You need to be concentrated to be able to bring something that will be relevant in your generation. So I take my time to meditate and just stay on the word, just stay there for a long time. Over the time, when I feel that I'm getting short of creativity, I just take a scripture that gives me light, that gives me understanding, and I stay there for a while. And over time, it just breathes upon it, and words come out and songs come out.
Interesting. Are there challenges you face as an artist. And let's talk about the business side of things now.
Yeah.
Are you signed to a label? You have a management? There are challenges, and how do you surmount them?
So challenges are one of the very, very important phases in the life of a music minister.
You see it that way. That's good.
I'm telling you, because it's
How do you feel so?
Because if you are not challenged, then what you're doing is not going to be relevant. If there are things that don't, my mentor told me something. He said, if the dream that you have does not keep you in unrest, then your dream is not big enough.
It's not big enough.
It's not big enough. So it's something that God gives to you, and it will keep you on your feet, and it will require finances, it will require sponsors, it will require manpower, personalities. So character building is one of the things that have really helped me, because in order for you to hold people and maintain people to work for you, to carry your music, you must have a very good personality. So that's number one. Number two is, that's how I've overcome the challenges of manpower now.
Okay.
Then number two is finances. Over time, I was working, of course, I had things that I was doing on social media, helping people, getting funds like that. And so I used those funds to put back into my music. But over time, God has raised people that are supporters of what we do, and they love what we do. So they give to us daily and give to us annually sometimes. And, that's what we have been using to push the music. Also, I've not been signed into any record label, but I have a management that runs my music online, my social media, my everything. So that's how we've been doing it. And God has been helping us.
Tell me about how you leverage social networks. You just mentioned you do a lot on social media. So I'm thinking you must be very active on social media platforms. How do you leverage all of that to network and collaborate and just boost what
social
you do?
media is a very strong space. If you can leverage on social media, you'll be very influential, because the age is going social. It's going internet wise. And a lot of people are leaving the manual way of doing things to the digital way of doing things. So a music artist must be a content creator. You must be able to create content with your music. You must be able to push your music by yourself. You are the first fan of your music.
Yes.
You're the first fan of music. So you must be able to love what you're doing and push it with everything you've got. When you push it with everything you got, people will come. And the networking, in the sense that as you're pushing, people are coming. As you're pushing, people are coming. People are loving, they're sharing, they're liking, they're commenting. So the network, I've had people call me from different parts of the world. Oh, we had your song in the UK, we had your song in America. Oh, we love you. I have friends from people in America that connected through my music on social media. And that's how networking is done.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to take a short break at this point, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to continue this very interesting discussion. Stay with us.
Eyes for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to your weekly guide, Light of Islam. I am Aisha Ahmed.
As Muslims, we know that in Islam, time is a very good and important commodity that we have.
Believe in the angels of God as one of the 6 articles of faith.
Islam has form rows, and how the rows are made is such that the Imam stands in front, and then right behind him.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Light of Islam. Keep watching Light of Islam.
That is for zakah, to cure our greed, when we give our money to those in need.
Welcome back. And I still have the fast rising gospel artist in the house with me, Gospel Isaac. So I want you to tell me, how would you rate your own music? How would you rate your kind of music, first of all? And how do you intend to create masterpieces? Masterpieces that will be like for all time evergreens.
Oh, so I rate my music 100 and 112.
Okay.
Above, because it's my music. I put a lot into it. So like I said before, that you're the number one fan of your music. So I love my music. I listen to my music. I'm being blessed by my music. So I will rate it 100, because God has given to me a sound that I think a generation would want to hear.
And you think they're good enough to be evergreen?
Evergreen. So one of the ways that I try to ensure that my songs are evergreen is that I try to back it up with scriptures, because the scriptures are evergreen. So if the scriptures are evergreen, then the words that I will be singing will be evergreen, because He gives us the inspiration. God gives us the inspiration and gives us the backing and the knowledge to be able to push what He has given to us in our hands. So the songs that I also try to, as much as possible, make it relatable, because songs that are relatable are songs that are over time relevant. You know, if a song is relatable, you can listen to it over and over and over again, because you're not bored, you're not tired about it, because it relates to either what you're going through, the lifestyle, you know, the believer's walk with God, you know, and those are the kind of songs that are relevant. So that's what I do.
Some artists have been able to create niches for themselves. You know, like some of them, you want to be inspired, you know who you want to listen to. You want to like hype up your day, you know who you want to go to, and so on and so forth. Some sell hope and salvation and what have you. What's that niche you want your fans to know you for?
So one of the niches that I'm being known for even now is that I sing the gospel. I sing about the love of God, and you know, and we preach it, we sing it. You know, there are times where you feel low in life, and you feel unloved, you feel unwanted. You know, the kind of song that God has given to me, and the kind of songs that He's given to me over time, I've noticed a pattern, and that pattern is the love of God. You know, the gospel of the salvation, that Jesus came and died for us. You know, He was buried and rose for our justification, and that's the gospel. So I sing the gospel as much as my name is Gospel Isaac. I also sing the gospel, sing about the gospel of Jesus, and you know, propagate it. So when people want to listen to themselves, you know, people want to get themselves in the mood that they are loved, they can go to my songs. When people are feeling low in life, they can go to my songs. When people are feeling disappointed or, you know, unloved by God, you know, there's sometimes where people go through challenges and they feel unloved. They can go to the songs and listen, and the love of the Father can be rekindled in their hearts. So that's the kind of songs I want my fans over time to be able to listen to, the love of God, the message of salvation.
Beautiful. I'm going to be subscribing definitely.
Thank you. That would be a pleasure.
Talk to me about your future plans. Do you have eyes on any collaborations, any partnerships you would want to?
I have a future plan, and I'm already on it. I have a worship conclave, a worship community called the Room Worship Experience.
Okay.
And over time, we have done concerts and worship meetings in several states in Nigeria. And we have done worship meetings back to back since September last year. We had not stopped even till this month. And we have been doing series of programs. And you know, that's what I look forward to. I look forward to having worshipers that are, you know, that have a stand in the music ministry, to be able to collaborate with me, people like Minister Dunte Onyeka, and of course, to be on my songs, my friends Moses Bliss, and you know, the rest of them, Minister Yada, and the rest of them. You know, just to be on those songs, to breathe those songs fresh air.
Yeah.
So that's what.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
You're talented, no doubt. It's undeniable, and we wish you the very, very best.
Thank you so
From
much.
here, and I'm going to look out for you in kingly places.
You are. Thank you.
So why don't you leave a word for the fans just before we wrap up?
The message of salvation is the message that we sing and the message that we preach. If you want to know about God, you have to know the gospel. The gospel is the knowledge about God, the love of the Father, and how that He has shared that love abroad. And do not give up, do not be dismayed. Keep up the faith. The Lord is with you, and the Lord is backing you up. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Fast rising gospel artist, Gospel Isaac on Good Morning Abuja. Stay with us. Another short break, and we'll be right back.
La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
With the peace and blessings of Allah be upon each and every one of us. It's another fantastic Friday evening, and you're welcome to NTA Channel 5 Abuja
first of all, you train yourself, you educate yourself, then you educate your family, and then the community at large.
Fundamentals of Islam Live, showing 7:30 p.m. every Friday on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. Join us.
You're still watching Good Morning Abuja, the Friday edition, and that is when we also give you our comedy skit with Compound Matter. Let's take it away.
For this week, so I don't need any stress again. Don't stress me.
You know, save money to reach to get for market now. Things are very expensive.
Whether money reach or you know reach, you know, concern. I don't do it.
Everything they cost now for market. You supposed to say money no dey reach.
Assignment. This number 3 is hard for me. I don't understand.
I should do an assignment for you.
Yes.
Number 3.
Yes.
Number 3.
Yes.
Go and meet your mother. You go meet your mother.
Meet your mother.
Now your responsibility to take care of your job.
I can't meet your papa do your assignment for you. I'm not just stressed for assignments. I said, yes, may you help her now. Not be me and you born.
Help her do the assignment.
May you help her, my beg.
Go back to your mother. Go back.
I give it to your dad.
Go to your mother.
I cannot do any assignment.
I go make school finish call you do assignment.
Wetin I know for inside here wey I wan do na market you say make we go abi na business say make we do. Abi na money be this one wey you wan give me. I no sabi anything.
You no sabi anything. No wonder this pikin just tall. It just I don't bring una come from outside so. Na so for be abi.
Even as I no read the basic day.
Very good afternoon, Ghana.
JJ.
My first of all, the glass first.
JJ.
Why only you constant for this place like on the calculate now? Wetin dey sup la no? You know say I no want to see you dey moody, dey touch me for my heart. You don wear the thing for dey touch me. You no know my let you know.
You no go understand.
Wetin be the matter?
I say those two useless wife I married, they give me heat. Like this now, I need money.
Now you need heat.
Me?
Yes now. I tell you that day. Only you carry two fat women around body, how you go feel it? I tell you that they say inside that matter we solve that day. You start try give you say if you need me, let me know. How you call the Martina? I dey here to give you joy.
You mean her? You didn't mean her?
You don't need me now. If not me, I don't gallant like this. I call the beg you.
You were gallant.
No, before you call carry
100 over 100.
I know say you na gallant man. I need that vibes. I know that you give the only that for your matter now.
Only the one who did now. Only man like me where the chop fish, but that's how the chop fish now.
I know say me give that vibes. Know the story? What did happen here? They don't come. Babe, what did they stop? What did they happen? What did they go? Landlord, I don't understand. What did happen? Which advice be that, landlord? I see. Take your clock. What did they happen?
Friendly advice.
And you? Which kind gun body be this? I don't understand. Which kind gun body be this now?
Friendly advice.
Friendly advice. Wait to say me. You need to make the person come for advice again.
Because of your sister.
Now visit you come for her. See the warrior. She don't fit throw the matter at this. You don't fit give her a red card.
Okay.
Okay.
Sister Mona said to Namata,
thank you very much. You pay well before. Yes, I got people. Sir, how will you do? Calm down. Calm down. They calm down. I want you to calm down. They calm down. They calm down.
Welcome back. Well, what is a weekend without getting in front of your TV and just relaxing with a really, really nice movie? I don't know what you're in the mood for, but we have 3 movies for you to check out this weekend.
Igwe Okanga, Agabiudu, one of Azonga Kingdom, the greatest conqueror of the 7 clans that make up Zukuduma Kingdom.
You are the servant of the gods. Our people have been crying out to him, but he turned his deaf ears on them. Why?
We are the men Azonga Kingdom are looking up to. It is high time we stand up to that king. Why are you this wicked? You have 20 wives. Why would you be my own wife? Igwe Okanga, a butterfly who thinks himself a bird.
Failing to obey my instruction, I will order the guard to behave. He doesn't behave like a human being.
Everybody in Azonga Kingdom, I will bring their heads here today.
If you want to fight Igwe Okanga, go on. Must I follow you people?
The first day I was with him, I almost died.
I am a Yama, the messenger to the deity of Azonga.
Gods of our land, please fight for us.
We are say whatever you want. You shall have it.
Igwe Okanga, spirit or mortal, nobody challenges me. I always conquer.
Do not do this to me. Because I love you. You once told me you love me.
I love you too.
In the world of magic, everything that disappears reappears. It is very good to be back.
Come up, you're gonna be our helper.
Okay, disappear in 3, 2, 1. J. Daniel Atlas in the house. Who wants to see a magic trick?
I think we would have made the horsemen proud. My Atlas was spot on.
Really? I'll be the judge of that. According to that card, for some reason, I need you.
Why not the other horsemen?
The other horsemen are dead.
Oh my god, what?
No, they're like dead to me. Things got too real for them. They gave up. Stop interrupting. I'm talking about a trick that is bigger and better than anything you have ever seen. It's now or never.
What's the trick?
The heart diamond. It's the most valuable jewel in history.
But what makes this diamond so special?
Because a magical tarot card told us.
For decades, the Vanderbergs have been selling diamonds to warlords, arms dealers, traffickers to help launder their money.
If you want to stop the devil, don't cut off her hands. You lift her wallet.
Open sesame.
Still safe with me.
Relax. Diamonds are forever.
Stop him!
Jack? What are you doing here? Saving your ass.
Can we read?
Fanboy later.
Hi, guys. Hi. I don't know you.
Let's go!
What do you think is gonna happen when they see your fish face? Luca, that's crazy. Get out of here! Maybe he changed his mind.
Well, maybe I'm crazy.
Up next is the weather forecast. Well, right now Abuja is fluctuating between the rains and a little bit of heat at the same time. But let's take a look at what the weather will be like for today. And that has been it for today on the show. Good morning, Abuja. It has come to you from the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5, Abuja. Well, what more can I say? It's the weekend. Try to stay out of trouble. My simple recipe is minding my business, drinking lots of water, eating healthy, and just, getting that well-deserved rest. You should do the same. Join us again on Monday, bright and early, as we bring you more episodes of this beautiful morning show. My name is Nneka Iwe. Until I come your way again very soon, God bless you and bye for now.